Imagine a warrior clad in intricate armor, wielding a razor-sharp katana with a code of honor as rigid as steel. A figure who has inspired countless stories, movies, and even video games. But who were the samurai, really? Were they just the noble warriors we see in pop culture? Or is there a deeper, more complex history behind the sword? Our journey begins over 1,000 years ago, in the Heian period of Japan. Picture a land divided, with powerful clans vying for control. It was during this time that the samurai first emerged, not as noble warriors, but as armed retainers hired by wealthy landowners to protect their estates. These early samurai weren't the polished figures of legend. They were rough, battle-hardened fighters, living by the sword in a land of chaos. As Japan's political landscape shifted, so did the role of the samurai. By the 12th century, with the rise of the Kamakura shogunate, the samurai had evolved into a distinct warrior class. They were no longer just hired swords. They were the ruling class, bound by a strict code of conduct known as Bushido, the way of the warrior. Bushido wasn't just about fighting. It was about loyalty, honor, and discipline. Imagine a world where your word was your bond, where dishonor was worse than death itself. For centuries, the samurai dominated Japan's political and military landscape. They fought in legendary battles, like the Genpei War, where the Taira and Minamoto clans clashed in a struggle for power, leading to the establishment of the first shogun. These warriors weren't just fighters, they were scholars, poets, and artists. Imagine a world where a man could compose a haiku in the morning and lead troops into battle by the afternoon. But the life of a samurai was far from peaceful. The 15th and 16th centuries brought the Sengoku Jidai, the age of warring states, a time of almost constant warfare. Samurai clans fought for control of Japan, leading to some of the most famous battles in Japanese history. It was during this period that iconic figures like Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu rose to power, each leaving an indelible mark on the history of the samurai. The unification of Japan under the Tokugawa shogunate in the early 17th century brought an era of relative peace known as the Edo period. But peace, ironically, marked the beginning of the end for the samurai. Without wars to fight, many samurai became bureaucrats, scholars, or even wanderers, ronin, without a master to serve. The samurai class began to lose its purpose, its prestige slowly fading like a sunset over Mount Fuji. The final blow came with the Meiji Restoration in 1868, when Japan began to rapidly modernize. The samurai, with their swords and ancient traditions, were seen as relics of the past. The government abolished their privileges, and in 1877, the last samurai rebellion, led by Saigo Takamori, was crushed at the Battle of Shiroyama. The samurai era had come to a close, but their legacy was far from forgotten. Today, the spirit of the samurai lives on, in martial arts, in the arts and literature, and in the very soul of Japan. The samurai were more than just warriors. They were a symbol of dedication, discipline, and honor. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of these values, even in a world that has long since moved on from the days of the sword. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of the samurai. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the fascinating chapters of history. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.